because of all the classes, I invested a lot of my equipment. So it's worth it to take a class, especially Bailiwick Academy. All the chefs, they are really professional and they are high quality chefs. Yeah, it's all worth it. Every penny is worth it.
Hello, Bailiwickers! We are here once again to get to know another inspiring personality. Mga successful po na mga Bailiwick students. Without further ado, we will get to know Jackie Isip. Hello, Jackie! Kamusta po?
Hi, Stephanie! Mabuti naman!
We will be getting to know you today. There are a lot of Bailiwickers who are looking for inspiration on their baking and cooking journey. Ikaw po yun, isa sa mga napili namin to be an inspiration to our fellow Bailiwickers. So tell us something about yourself first.
I started actually baking way back 2012, a year after I got married. So I lost a job, I'm unemployed, so I can't find a job. So I decided to take up a course in information technology. So I did everything. I enrolled in a school, passed all the entrance exam, and I got the government loan for my studies. But then in the same building, I saw a cake shop. They have a lot of the beautiful, stunning,
decorated
elegant cake display.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got interested, but I never baked before. I baked, but not decorating stuff, something like that.
Okay.
So I got interested. So I went in there. I asked the owner if they offer a course, something like that.
Okay.
And she said yes, but just the basic. I don't know if you're familiar with Wilton method. So I took up the first one, the cake decorating, making the flowers, something like that, the buttercream. So from that, I started to take up the course and complete it within 4 hours, I think. And then that's it. So after that, I look up into YouTube for other decoration on how to bake. Few years, I rely on YouTube recipes. It's, hit and miss until I found the Bailiwick Academy.
Where did you find the Bailiwick Academy? Where did you discover?
In Facebook.
Facebook.
Okay. The sponsored ads.
Yes.
So because I joined a lot of decorating groups.
Yes.
So it popped out. The way the ads works. So I got interested, and my eyes caught the Chef Jimbo course, the timeless cake rolls. Yeah, that's the first one I enrolled in Bailiwick. And from that one, it started my success in the business.
Wow.
Because cake rolls in Canada, you cannot find a fresh one. Okay. It only comes every holiday, like Christmas, the Goldilocks and Red Ribbon. And they come here frozen already.
Ma'am, where are you located in Canada?
I'm in Toronto.
Do you have a full-time job aside from baking?
I have a full-time job. I'm a PSW, personal support worker. Starting to 2018, I think. I stopped working because I had my third baby, so I stopped working. And then the pandemic came.
Yeah.
So I got the baking full-time already.
Wow.
Since last year. Yeah.
What is PSW equivalent in the Philippines?
It's like a nursing aide, caregiver, taking care of elderly.
So from 2019 to 2020, you haven't looked back. You're full-time baking.
The pandemic made me full-time baker.
Yeah, let's talk about that pandemic, because a lot of people, like me, we were worried because maybe the orders won't be coming anymore. Did the opposite happen to you?
Yes. The pandemic started in March, and then we had this lockdown, and then I stopped for a while because, we have to stay home. I did not allow anybody to come in our house to pick up food, come in and go. But then there's a lot of people requesting for my baked goods. And that time I enrolled in Ensaymada already. And
Okay.
lots of people tried my Ensaymada. Starting March until now, they still ordering Ensaymada from me.
Wow. So ensaymada
And-
is your best seller.
Yeah, aside from cake rolls, Ensaymada, and also the custom cakes.
Usually, who are your clientele, ma'am?
Since I started, I already have a client base. You know, those repeat customers. Actually, I never advertise in the internet. Purely word of mouth. You know, when they tasted, and they asked who made this and so. You know, referral, recommendation, something like that. Yeah, I started introducing it to my friends, and they tell it to their friends and families.
It's amazing how the Bailiwick Academy has helped you from being employed to the unexpected incident of the pandemic where everyone was scrambling for work, what to do, where to get their income. But I think you've thrived more in the pandemic, right?
More in the pandemic, yes, yes. Yeah, the custom cakes also, what I use for all my cake flavors are from Chef Joey. I used to make ube cake, but as I told you before, it's from YouTube, right? And it hit and miss. Not until I enrolled Chef Joey Celebration Cakes, and the ube cake was a hit. Almost everybody who ordered the ube cake, that's my best seller, and I got lots of compliments.
All the cakes that you do are really beautiful. I've seen some of your works and they're amazing. So Jackie, what can you tell the fellow Bailiwickers that are just starting and they're really scared to, to explore their options, and maybe some of them hasn't enrolled yet, are really apprehensive because others would say, why would you pay for a class? Okay? There's a lot of free recipes on YouTube, on Pinterest. You can just choose. Why do you need to pay for a class? What can you say about this?
I started from YouTube recipes, Pinterest recipes, Google recipes. But it's not comparable to really when you take a class and get some tips from the professional chefs. You gain a lot of knowledge, the tips and tricks that they will give you. It helps a lot. It improves my skills and it adds to my knowledge. Since I took up the class, I never go back to YouTube recipes anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
For me naman, when you enroll in a class, it means that you're sure that the product, even if you haven't baked it yet or you haven't cooked it yet, the product is already perfect. It's proven, and you don't have to waste on a lot of ingredients because ingredients cost a lot of money. You're actually 10 steps ahead when you enroll in a class. And can you say that the tuition fee or the fee that you pay for, I mean, is it worth it?
It's worth it. You know what? When I enroll in a class, I do not think about the money that I spend. Because when I starting to make and bake and sell, it will pay for itself. Because of all the classes, I invested a lot of my equipment. So it's worth it to take a class, especially Bailiwick Academy. All the chefs, they are really professional and they are high quality chefs. Yeah, it's all worth it. Every penny is worth it.
And what would be your advice to those who are just starting, especially those who are afraid of failing? They might be laughed at, or they might say that, baking is not for me anymore. I mean, it's hopeless.
So my advice to them, I never dream of becoming a baker. Never in my life, never in my wildest dream to become a baker and cake decorator. Don't be afraid. Just take the risk. At first, it's hard because you are zero knowledge, right? When you get into the course and you get the basic, don't be afraid to explore. And don't be afraid to fail. Because when you fail, you learn a lot of lessons from failure. Just don't give up. Just keep on trying. Practice, practice, practice. And practice makes perfect. From 12 years of experience, I made a lot of mistakes already, but I learned from it.
Exactly. Because
Okay, let's keep
sometimes
going.
when someone's starting to bake or cook and then they fail, they just give up. They wouldn't know if they'll become a better baker or a better home cook if they don't try. So I guess
Yeah.
that's really the secret to there. It's just try.
Try and
Okay. Try and
Yeah.
try until you succeed. Is your business online or do you have a physical store?
I do it at home
Okay.
and online. Yeah, I have a Facebook page. Yeah,
Okay.
and I can share it to anybody who asks for my
Okay.
page, so they can see all my work and all the reviews. But I don't have a physical store. Hopefully soon. Yeah,
Soon.
Yes.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it will become a reality.
Praying for that. Yeah.
Tell us more about a day in the life of Jackie Isip. Because we are curious, for someone who's doing this full time, how do you manage your time between baking, answering inquiries, decorating? Can you tell us more about it?
I got lots of questions how I do it because I have 3 kids. My kids are 7, 4, and 18 months. I don't have any helper at home. My answer is I don't know. I don't really know how. I don't really know.
How you
I don't
manage.
know where I get all my energy. But one thing for sure is I only rely on God's power to give me the strength to do everything. Sometimes I don't really sleep, especially when I have lots of orders on the weekends. I stay up maybe 36 hours.
Wow.
Yes. So let's say I have my orders on the weekends, Friday night. So I do that starting from maybe 10 o'clock. I don't sleep until after I done everything. Sometimes I finish around 2 p.m. on Saturday. Then after that, I'll take a rest. And sometimes I also have another order on Sunday. So my rest time is I have a day off. I set a day off. I'm not taking any orders from Monday to Tuesday. So that's my rest time to get energized. So from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday until the weekend. So I do that like preparing all my ingredients. I bake from Thursday to Friday and then decorate it on the Friday night and Saturday. So that's how I manage my time.
Okay, I'm curious how you do it. For example, if you have orders for ensaymada and then you have an order for a custom cake. So how do you mix it up? It's 2 different things. I mean, I would understand that you do 3 custom cakes a day. You can, I can imagine how you do it. But one is ensaymada, one is a custom cake. Do you do that, or do you schedule around a certain days wherein you bake all day for ensaymada and all day cake decorating?
I do ensaymada in between. So sometimes the custom cake, because a custom cake I prepare ahead of time. Let's say the toppers. So I prepare ahead of time. And then the ensaymada I do in between, because ensaymadas, there's a lot of steps, right? Like
Yes.
You prepare the ingredients, you bake it, you proof it, and ferment it. So in between, I bake cakes. So I bake cakes. After the ensaymadas are baked, I ice them and then do the cakes.
Okay.
I do it in between. So I don't really have a time set up for ensaymada only and for custom cake only. Because, every day I have an ensaymada.
Do you have non-Filipino clients?
Oh, yes. I have lots of colors. The one they love is the buko pie. I have my neighbor, and she tried the buko pie and the ensaymada. They love it. Sometimes they only request for chocolate cake and for the vanilla. And they love the vanilla.
Wow.
From Chef Joey. Yeah. Everything from Bailiwick. Can't go wrong.
Yes. So on this note, would you recommend the Bailiwick Academy to your friends, to people who would want to learn how to bake or cook?
100%. Actually, I have already recommended to a lot of friends from the US. I have a friend from New Zealand. So, yeah, I recommend the Bailiwick Academy.
Thank you so much for your time, Jackie.
You're welcome.
I know
It's
you're
okay.
super busy and it's really hard to schedule an interview or a talk because of the time zones. But thank you for granting us time. So where can we see your works or a sample of your works? And if they want to order, where can they reach you?
Okay, so I have Instagram account and Facebook account. They're just the same. So it's Jackie's Creative Cakes and Sweets. And if they want to text me or call me, my phone number is 647-801-1670.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope, Bailiwickers, you've been inspired by Jackie's story. Of course, she started, like every one of us, she started with Google, YouTube, but then she found the Bailiwick Academy, and she can say that she can recommend you enrolling in this class because, as she said, you're 10 steps ahead already because the recipes and the videos are foolproof. It will guarantee you quality products. Thank you again. And,
you're welcome.
Have a nice day or have a good night.
Good night. Have a nice day to you. Take care.